Oh, hi everyone. So, welcome to the show tonight. So, I will tell you right now that, well, all right. So, if you see more than one of me, I have no idea what you're going to see. So, if I look like I have no clue what's going on, maybe I have a clue, maybe I don't, right? I mean, isn't that how it always is on a Monday? Who feels that way? I feel like this is just one of those nights where it's hot in many parts of the world and that people are just ready to just get out and just enjoy the nice weather, but at the same time people have a lot of complaints and they don't want it too hot. Don't you hate it when people just complain too much, like people at work or people at school or people who you live with? Complaints are awful. I hate complaints, and I hope that you would agree with me that complaining is bad. Complaining is very bad. So, you know what? Just keep your complaints to yourself, people. We don't want to hear them at the show, and we really just want zero complaints. Zero complaints is what we want. We want nothing but positivity here. So now let's see. I am going to tell you right now that this is going to be, well, I'll tell you, I say this a lot, but this is probably going to be one of my favorite shows so far of all time. Well, actually, that might be a little bit of an overstatement or an understatement, depending on if you would rather take the over or under. But I will say this, that it is time for it's time for the opening credits. And you know why? Because why not, right? Why not? Actually, yeah, why not? That's how it that's how it should be, right? Why not? Roll the credits. Unbelievable. Oh, by the way, so that everyone
Welcome
knows,
to Funny is Part of My Name, a
it
podcast about
is,
math and Korean
oh
culture with a
my,
side of humor. For more information about our podcast, please visit our website at
I don't even know what to
www.funnypodcastdetroit.com.
say, but I I definitely will say that it
엔드
is
나우 히어 아유어 모스츠 프로페서 승찬 엔드 닉 하하하.
International Asteroid Day. And as usual, I'd say that people probably aren't very impressed by International Asteroid Day, but if you're listening in the audience tonight, I hope that you are. Now, I don't have any asteroid facts for you because well, maybe I do, but I'm not going to tell you. Why would I tell you that? Because all it would do is fuel the fire of complaints regarding asteroids. Actually, maybe that's not true anyway. But what I will say is that if you're wondering where Nick is at, Nick has officially, well, you'll have to wait till next week to find out what happened to Nick. This is like the cliffhanger, I tell you. But just so that you know, I will admit that there is still going to be trivia. Now, there is a prize, all right? Because who would not want there to be prizes? And the prizes will be better than ever since Nick is not here tonight. So let me show you. Now, I will tell you that, well, actually, I think I'm the only person that has seen these prizes tonight. So let's reveal the prizes. They are brand new, one of a kind. Well, actually, not one of a kind because there's more than one here, but brand new, never before seen, except by the people who made them and mailed them to me. Brand new stickers in a brand new size, a square size. Now, you might be wondering, how do you get one of these stickers? All you have to do, and this is pretty easy, I promise, it can't get easier than this. All right, all you have to do, and I say this actually very, the very, oh my, like I say this like I care, and it's because I do, but I am going to actually enter my name into the computer right now. And I'm now, you know what? I will say that there's this game. I remember when I got my computer at home for the first time ever, maybe in the 7th grade. And then there was this game called You Don't Know Jack. And I feel like this game, if Nick were here, he would say, he wouldn't say anything. He would do exactly that. That's my impersonation of Nick. Right? Nick would just be like, hey, you know what? That's another pop culture knowledge gap I don't have, except that Nick won't actually admit to it. But Nick just wouldn't have a clue what You Don't Know Jack is. And actually, I did talk to somebody other than Nick recently who actually did not know what You Don't Know Jack is, but You Don't Know Jack. Now, I remember this game because I've always been a big trivia fan, if you haven't noticed, because trivia is a big part of this show. And you know what? I'm pretty sure that Nick would ask also why I'm so angry. So this is my reaction of, or my impersonation of Nick reacting to me pounding on the table. I mean, maybe my impersonation of Nick is better than Nick's own reaction. I mean, I don't know if Nick knows how to impersonate himself some days. I mean, maybe that should be a crime. All right, so what do we do here? So again, if you want to know how to get a sticker, then all you have to do is actually, now, believe it or not, I'm ready. So if you want to play along, you can play along, but all you have to do is correctly guess my score at You Don't Know Jack. Oh, but you know what? Maybe this is a bad idea because I feel like, there might be some, let's see, there might be some copyright issues, or do we need to worry about copyrights on this show? I don't know. What do you think? Like, if I had to say that, I would probably be like, no, 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 because you don't need to worry because it's only people complaining who want to keep you down. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. I agree with, well, I mean, maybe it's odd to agree with myself, but I do agree with myself that, well, yeah, I agree with myself on that. I agree with myself. All right. So here we go. Now, if you don't like You Don't Know Jack, then that's okay. actually, I think it might be a really bad show for you if you don't like You Don't Know Jack. So I feel really bad for you. So I maybe before we get to that, it might be time for a break. So let's yeah, let's cue the break, AV team. So oh my, yes, so let's cue the break. What a time to be alive. Oh, and by the way, I feel like this is actually not very good because I feel like the AV team actually, oh, you know what? Yeah, the struggle is real. The struggle is real. All right, I'm ready if you're ready. Yeah, the AV team says they're finally ready, so let's roll it. National West Virginia Day. Now, what I will say is that I know nothing about West Virginia. Nothing, except that it has West in its name. And if you look at that map there, does it really look like it's to the west? I don't know, because there's some little part of Virginia that's actually to the west of West Virginia. Like how Canada is right in a way. It makes no sense, but it's true. And, well, there you go, everyone. There you go. All right, so who is ready to play You Don't Know Jack? Okay, so like I said, copyright violation or not, here we go.
So we contacted your parents to learn your likes,
So,
dislikes, and topics we should avoid when we come over for dinner next
All I can
weekend.
say is that here, if you want to play along with me, feel free. Your only goal is to...
Greetings, lovers of wildlife. It's me,
Actually,
Rory Cheshire Fenderbridge, professional narrator. When I released my acclaimed, visually stunning 10 DVD series,
not?
Animals of Earth, the response was
enjoy the
unanimous.
evening.
Too
Oh, by the
much death. Who can forget such
What I
moments
will
as
say here
lions ripping a baby zebra to pieces,
that-
or killer whales chasing a seal for 10 hours only to have the
what?
seal drag
Cookie
itself up
always
on an
gets me
ice
every
floe to
time.
be gutted by a
But
bear?
what I will
Overall, the
say
series was hailed
is
equal
that,
parts
speaking
masterpiece of
of cookies,
cinematography
I
and
have-
downer. And that's
I
why
brought a
I'm proud to
snack for
release my
myself
new
tonight.
10 DVD.
So if you've never played You Don't Know Jack, you don't know that Cookie is the host, of course. But I have some The Tonight Doe starring Jimmy Fallon chunks. So I'm gonna try these right now. Now, I can't tell you if they're good or bad. I really don't know. They could be awful. Oh. Well. Oh. Well. I don't know what to say about them. Like there's a chocolate one. Well. Well, I'd probably give these a 2 out of 10. That's a solid 2 out of 10. Oh. 2 out of 10. That's all I can give it. I guarantee it. You won't like them unless you like cookie dough, but you probably won't like them. And you know what? I was a little bit upset today when I went to the store because I went to get a milkshake. Now, do you know those frozen milkshakes in the frozen aisle with the ice cream? Yeah. If Nick were here right now, he would just have that same stare on your face, like you're probably like, what is this guy talking about right now? Actually, I mean, maybe that's like an impersonation of myself, like doing an impersonation of myself, doing an impersonation of myself. It's like those 90s sitcoms like Seinfeld and yada 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 and what a time to be alive. And there it is, right? So that's my advice, everyone. Just watch more 90s sitcoms. That's great advice, isn't it? So now I do want to admit that I feel a little bit bad about today because it's actually Ugliest Dog Day. And I really just felt a little bit bad that somebody would think that a dog was ugly. Now, I've seen some ugly animals, but I still think that dogs actually are pretty, well, even the ugliest dogs, the worst of the worst, they're still pretty good looking. You know what? Even if a dog slobbers on me, I'm not going to call the dog ugly. I mean, that would just be awful. Like, why would you call a dog ugly? I mean, why not, right? So now back to the story. I was at the grocery store today and I was looking for a frozen milkshake because today is National Vanilla Milkshake Day. You know what? The ironic part is I'm lactose intolerant. But just for the audience, I would drink a vanilla milkshake right here on the show and I would suck it up. Just like I'm going to suck it up and have a slice of this pizza with cheese on it, even though I'm lactose intolerant. So let's try it. Oh my. Oh, this is delicious. Oh. Oh my. Well, so I'll say that I got this pizza, an all meat pizza from Mike's Market. So yeah, if you don't know about Mike's Market, I don't know about Mike's Market either. I've never actually been there. I got it delivered. So all I can say is that I think it's on 9 Mile. So about like, it's like literally like 3 miles from where I live, 3-4 miles. It's just, I've never actually been there myself. But what I will say is that it's a 3 meat pizza and I probably would have given it a 10 out of 10, but it tastes like DiGiorno kind of. Like well, it has that garlicky like crust like it wants to be Domino's, but then it has that doughy part of the crust like it wants to be DiGiorno. And so they just labeled it Mike's. And that's also the name of the store. So I guess that makes a little bit of sense. Mike's Pizza, Mike's Market Pizza. Why not, right? Why not? Now, I'll also say that there's a fake restaurant right near it called Sunrise Coney Island. And I say that because, well, when I grew up in Flint, Michigan, there used to be a Sunrise Coney Island there, and that's the original, and nothing else will do for me. Nothing else. I promise. Nothing else will do. What you do here is you go and you get French fries with gravy. Does anyone in their audience tonight like French fries with gravy? Because I'm telling you, It's really, really good. And you know what you do? If you don't like that, then you take it a step further and you put cheese on it, cheese curds, and you call it poutine. Oh, and by the way, speaking of Canada, it's still June, so here is the Canadian Pride sticker that I got a couple of weeks ago. So I really like that, actually. So there you go. I like the Canadians. I do feel a little bad that Justin Trudeau had COVID twice already this year alone. I do feel a little bit bad for him. But I do like the Canadians. And you know why I like the Canadians? Because of pizza. Right? And you can keep Justin Bieber. We don't want him. We don't need him. He can keep his Tim Biebs and his whatever else things he has at Tim Hortons. And you know what? If this is blurry, then just like call Vita Simmons. And by the way, right, call Vita Simmons. I'm giving Vita Simmons a shout out here. I have to call Vita Simmons myself because of the fact that I promised Vita that I would call and get a car insurance quote to try to lower my rate. Who does not want to save money? Who's with me on that? Oh, but I do have a money saving tip for you, because if you're wondering why do I have a grand total of, well, let's see how many are back there. There's, well, 80 Pop-Tarts behind me. If you want to know why I have 80 Pop-Tarts behind me right there on the desk, does anyone want to know why I have 80 Pop-Tarts? Well, you know why. And remember, there's a math problem there, because I have 2 packs of 32 each and 2 packs of 8 each. So then 32 plus 32 is 64, and then 8 plus 8 is 16. Then 64 plus 6 is 70, plus 10 is 80. So there you go. And for those of you complaining out there, because we talked at the top of the show about how much complaining just sucks. For those of you out there complaining about that Common Core math, well, think about this. I just figured that out in my head. I didn't need to carry the 1 or write down the 2 or slide over a 7 or put the 8 under the water. No, I didn't have to do any of that. I did some mental math. And that's what people need these days. And you know what? What's good for giving you energy to do math in your head? Pop-Tarts. That's right, Pop-Tarts. And maybe Pop-Tarts should sponsor the podcast. I promise you. So, oh, yes. All right, Rachel. You can come on the show. Oh, the link never changes. Here, I'll send you the link. I'm sending Rachel the link. So here we go. I don't know what this. You're getting the link. Oh my. So all I can say is, oh, and this is good because now we can finish the conversation about NFTs without Nick interrupting it, because Nick truly does have too many complaints. Yep, that's how I feel about it, at least. So now back to the story about the Pop-Tarts. So here's what happened with the Pop-Tarts. I went to my local grocery store, the same one where I tried to buy the frozen milkshakes today. And then here's what happened. On a story, I used the Shop and Scan app in my phone because I realized, hey, I don't want to I don't want to stand in those lines. So then here's what happened. My Shop and Scan app rang up the 32 packs of Pop-Tarts for the price of the 8 packs on sale. Can you believe that? So think about this. The 32 packs were $7.99 each regularly. And then the 8 packs were on sale for $2.98. So guess what? I actually saved, well, with gas prices so high, I saved enough money on the Pop-Tarts that paid for the gas to get to Meijer. I mean, what can you ask for? Like, you can ask for a discount on the Pop-Tarts, and like, that's what you should do, right? You go to your local grocery store and say, you need to discount these 32 packs of Pop-Tarts so that it will give me enough money to pay for my gas to come buy them.
In this economy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So isn't that a great idea, Rachel?
Yes.
Yeah. So like, that's how I feel about this. Is I don't feel bad about scamming Meijer out of the Pop-Tart money because I needed the gas money to drive there.
You should start making those box top rewards for lots of snack foods, gas credits, because
that's true.
Yeah.
But now, if this weren't actually breakfast like food, I probably won't have one next week on the show just to give my review. But have you seen this flavor, Rachel? The new frosted apple fritter flavor.
Whoa. I wonder how it's different from just their apple flavor though, but it looks really good.
Like I feel like it has to be really, really good. I feel like it's very unhealthy. I can get that vibe from it already. Like whenever something says, when I feel like there's a variety of abbreviations in the ingredients, I don't feel like I can trust it.
Yeah, I don't eat Pop-Tarts or apple fritters when I'm like in a healthy mood. It's purely recreational.
Well, but when it said new, I had to get it. And I still am proudly loving my life of being able to try new things uninterrupted.
Me too. I love that.
Yeah, because I was in the worst relationship I was ever in. I remember this one, and I'm glad that I let that one get away because like it was very, like some of them, it's just like you want to go away and stay away. But this particular person would complain every time I brought groceries home because I always go and gravitate toward the products that say new on them. And so the person would complain like, well, why don't you just buy stuff that we're already gonna like? Why waste your money on something new if you don't know if you're actually gonna like it? Well, you know what? You have to take some chances in life.
Oh gosh, maybe that partner was insecure that you're gonna replace that partner with a new one. So it had to start with the snack.
Well, yes, and so I'm happy that I have replaced that one. So I'm happy in my current relationship most of the time.
I do notice that you're very adventurous trying new snacks, like those pretzel flavors. Like you had the mustard pretzels at the other episodes. All that stuff looks really good.
Yes, and I have not had a drink yet tonight. So tonight's drink is Tok Soda. So I've had Tok Soda before, but Tok Soda, I do like Tok Soda, so I did not shake it because it's sparkly. But oh my. Now, I will say that I probably should lay low on the soju consumption because this week is con.
Oh, cool. And you're going to that, yeah?
Oh, yes.
I wish I was joining you guys. It sounds so fun.
Well, It's in Chicago next year. Oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that.
Oh, whoa. We got the exclusive drop. It's okay. I won't tell anybody.
Well, you know what? That's perfectly okay. But as far as I know, it may or may not be in Chicago next year.
Okay.
But I will say that I love Chicago.
I love Chicago. I'm actually going out to Chicago in September.
Oh, see, I need to go to Chicago in September, except my September trip is going to be New York City, I think.
Dang, I actually got so lucky. Well, I realized we were just chatting now on the podcast, but I planned my Chicago trip around the only week that my partner is available and his family is available to meet up with us. But it's actually going to conflict with some of the days that Nick is going to be in LA, so we're not going to be able to see each other as much. It's like,
oh no.
I'm really sad about it because I asked him to join us in Chicago, but he actually wants to come out to LA for John Chi Live and for a football game, the Bills game that's going to be at the stadium in Inglewood. So I'm not getting my dream Chicago trip where everyone meets up at the same time because you're going to be in New York and
well, what can I say? But yeah. I started the New York tradition last year, and so this will be the second annual September New York City trip. Now I will say that my traditional Chicago trip is in November because I like to go to the Chicago Christmas tree lighting.
Oh, that sounds lovely. I haven't been to Chicago in the deep winter yet, but I would like
to. Chicago in the winter is much better. Well, it depends. It depends on what you like.
Yeah, I was there in early winter, like in March before, and I really liked that. It was beautiful in the summer because the other times I've gone, it was in the summertime.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that 100.
So I'll have to compare notes because you're a fan of Chicago too, and because for me, actually, Chicago is like my budget New York trip because Chicago is like more affordable. Even though New York is very cool, like I agree, New York deserves like regular visits as well.
So, okay, so here's, I have actually like feelings for both. I really do, because I feel like Chicago is that city where you just go and they have public transit and you can get around and it's fairly reasonable, but it can also be very expensive in Chicago. So be aware. That's my advice. Just be aware.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, Rachel, I made a little bit of a video for Nick since he is not on the show tonight. So this is for Nick. So when Nick watches the replay, just remember that this is for Nick, and this is just, well, you'll see.
Okay.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.
Actually, you know what? I feel like there has been a problem with the audio for every single video tonight, and I'm not actually sure what. Oh, I know what it is now. The struggle is real. Now, this is why Nick needs to ask for forgiveness. Like, just because of this, like things like this would not happen if it weren't for Nick. The time to be alive. This is a pretty exciting video. And it came on the right day.
Props to the AV team for this video.
Yeah. I mean, Nick should ask for forgiveness for not being here tonight.
Yeah.
And he has an entire week to do it because this is National Forgiveness Week.
Okay. Well, he better come on the show then and be prepared to grovel to his audience.
Yes, that's what it is. That's how I feel about it. However, you know what? It's also National Hermit Week. So I'm guessing that's why Nick is just keeping to himself.
So true. Nick won't advertise this about himself openly, but he's definitely a hermit. That's why he takes up hunting. He doesn't even want to rely on grocery stores for his meat. He wants to get it.
Nick is a hermit. I agree.
He is a hermit.
Like he really is a hermit. And I have not seen him since he moved into his new house.
Oh, yeah, I must have been really busy. I actually haven't even gotten a house tour, and I've been asking for one ever since he got the house.
He needs to have a housewarming. He really does. But you know what? I don't think he knows how to do it. I think he would mess up a housewarming party.
I mean, I guess that means he just got to crash the place if he's not going to invite us.
Well, I mean, like, there's not much you have to do for a housewarming party. All you have to do is invite people and make it look like you actually live there, because Nick doesn't even do that right now. And then have people bring you stuff.
Yeah, like if you want to do the most low effort housewarming, you buy like a box of Ritz crackers and pour them in a bowl, and then you put it on your one table, and then you invite people over.
Like, oh, you know what? That's that's actually really good. I never thought of that. Like, my housewarming was a lot of work. I actually had a cookout and a barbecue, and and somehow I got like 45 people in the house, and I don't know how that will ever happen ever again, but that happened. So
fun. You must throw the best parties, I'm guessing.
Well, I will say that is one of the things I disliked about like the lockdown measures, is just like not seeing people over here. So people are always willing to come over to my place. Like, and they're more than happy to be here every time. Like, I've never seen anyone unhappy here.
I need to come visit you. I am coming out to Michigan, so I will have to see your place too.
Oh, this is really good. But yes, now I will say that, yes, these stickers really are nice.
Yeah.
So I will make sure that you get some stickers, Rachel. And it is getting warm in here.
It's very warm out here too. It's feeling very climate change summer. It's blistering hot over here.
Yes, but like today here in Michigan, it was 78 degrees. And now tomorrow it will be 99. Now, I'm not actually very happy about the weather mood swings. I'm really not. And this is because I thought that I would have nice weather for traveling to Denver for con.
Oh no, and it's just gonna be,
and it's just gonna be hot there too.
Yeah.
So you know what? At this point, I'm kind of happy that they're going to just keep me inside in the air condition, wearing my mask all week. Like, just because I don't want to be in the hot heat wearing my mask all week.
Yeah.
Like, and I understand that. Like everyone has their own comfort level being around people. So right now, so just like make everyone wear a mask. Like, if you don't like it, then you have too many complaints and you can stay home.
Yeah, for sure.
Or, well, except for the people who, you know, have a legitimate reason to maybe not wear a mask, then I would say, you know what, even though it might not seem fair to you, like, you still, I think, like, want to be better safe than sorry and still stay home.
Yeah.
You know, like because I wouldn't want anyone to get sick right now. Like, this is not the time.
Yeah, like, well, it's never a good time to get sick, but yeah, like, even like over here amongst my coworkers and social circles, a lot of people are getting COVID right now. And it's like lack of mask compliance. A lot of people have like COVID fatigue, so they weren't being as careful. And like,
Yep, I agree. COVID fatigue, but you know what fixes that, Rachel? It's you know what week it is? It's fish are friends, not food week. So all you have to do is just celebrate that fish are your friends, and then that will help take your mind off of all the COVID fatigue.
So you're implying that most of us are sharks.
Well, I would say that most of us are some type of shark. I mean, why not? I would admit that I'm a shark of some sort. I'm a pool shark, that's for sure.
Okay, I can see that.
well, I will say that I'm really I'll admit to the fact that I'm not a regular pool player, and I would say that if I had to rate myself, I'm not a good pool player. But every time I played, I don't understand it. But one time, I actually won a pool tournament for charity. So I don't know how I did it, but I won a pool tournament for charity, and I took out the entire competition, and I still have pictures of it.
Nice. Then you are really good at pool.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that like I said, I don't think I'm a pool shark, but why not? Why not? I have no other hobbies.
This is why, because I didn't grow up going to a lot of bars, so I'm not good at darts. I'm not good at pool. I'm not good at the one where you slide a puck across the table and try not to get it to fall off. I forget the name of that one. But yeah, but I always had this fantasy montage of myself actually being able to show up to one of these outings and actually win at one of these games and look really cool in front of my friends, but it's never happened.
See, you look like somebody who would be good at barcade though.
I could do pinball. This is why I like Chicago. You can go to barcade. They have barcade there.
So, okay, so when you come visit my area, there is a place I went with Angela last week, and it's called, oh my, I feel really bad because the people are very nice, and I do want to say who they are because they're very nice people and they need the business. So, oh, okay, it's Free Play Arcade.
Oh, cool.
So here's how it works. You can take your own food in there, have DoorDash, whatever delivered. And they even have little cabinets with paper plates and napkins and silverware and cups. And then they have a bar there that the drinks, none of them are poured there. So even the cocktails are from a can, but that's okay because I got a margarita in a can and a high noon for $9 total. That's not bad for a bar. So now the arcade works like this. On the weekends, it's $20 for a wristband, and you can go in and out even. So we went in and then played for an hour, went and got dinner, came back, played for 2 more hours, and it was fine. So what other place will give you not only all you can play for $20, but also in and out privileges?
Yeah.
That is pretty good. So go to Free Play Arcade in Fraser across from the Meyer and the New Jersey Mike's and National Coney Island and Starbucks and everything over there now. And if you're not from the area, it's the street where there was that sinkhole that made national news around Christmas 3 years ago.
Yes, I'm gonna add this to our to-do list, and I'm also excited to meet Angela too. So those are the
Angela needs to meet everyone because Angela, I don't think goes and does much except go to meetups, and then I think plays with their dogs and
She has a
cats.
cute dog, though. I follow her dog. It's a good dog.
Okay, well, I will say that I'm allergic to cats and dogs, but I will say though that I can be around cats and dogs, so that's not the issue. It's just that Angela is so afraid that that I might be so allergic to cats and dogs that she won't let me come over to her house.
I understand. It happens. Actually, my partner is allergic to cats, and a couple of his best friends have cats, so he has to take Claritin even before he goes in, but he just does it. So.
Yeah, that's what, like, I will say that my mom had a cat when I was growing up, and I'm still alive. So I survived the cat.
Yeah,
and that's all I have is I survived the cat. So now, since I feel like if I don't do this, then the tradition will be broken. So I'm looking for the today in history.
oh, nice.
So, Rachel, would you like to guess what happened on this day in history?
Okay, and if I get this horrendously wrong, I'm asking this audience not to judge me.
Okay, so audience, don't judge Rachel. Now, this is a pretty easy one. It has to do with The Price is Right.
Gotcha.
So, on this day in 1988, Janice Pennington, a model on The Price is Right, is hit with a TV camera and knocked off a 4-foot stage and is unconscious for 45 minutes.
Whoa. So
Yeah.
Is this a true or false question?
No, that actually happened.
That actually happened.
That happened on this day in
Whoa.
in 1988. I would never have guessed.
I'm glad she's okay.
Well, I mean, I do remember Janice Pennington though.
Okay, I didn't really watch a lot of network television as a kid, but
well, I feel like everyone has watched The Price is Right at some point though, except for Nick.
Probably, yeah.
I will say that I had this conversation with Nick one time, and I feel like everyone I know as a kid has watched like some like soap opera or daytime.
Sure, like it was like on in the background or
like some like I don't know game show. Nick, absolutely not.
Maybe his family was really strict with television.
You know what? I feel like that might actually be the case, that Nick is just that sort of like type of person who, now, then again, though, I will say this. Some people in my high school class incorrectly have remembered me as being the guy who had perfect attendance from kindergarten through the end of high school.
Oh, okay. Well, at least you got credit for it, even if you didn't do it.
Well, yes, but I will say I don't know who this person is that looks like me, who had perfect attendance, who I've never met.
So you've got like a clone going to school for you.
Yeah, I would like to know who this guy is.
Or some kind of doppelganger situation. Just like,
yeah, because I don't remember any other Asian guys at my school who would even look like me.
Yeah.
So that's all I can say is that I really do not know who this perfect attendance person is, but they need to show their face.
You got to invite this clone to the podcast.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. That's really not a bad idea. I should just do it. You're invited.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know where this person is at, but you're invited.
Yeah, I've always wanted to meet a clone, so
I have too. Like, I feel like that would be a really great thing, is just to meet your clone and then just say, like, clone, like you do as I say.
You know, I would love if a clone could go to work for us while we can kind of just keep lounging at home. But I feel like that might be like, running into ethical issues. The idea is very cool.
So you want to know what an ethical issue is? I have an ethical issue. So, I would, yeah, I would like your opinion, Rachel, and in the opinion of the audience if they wish to engage. But I have an issue with my mom right now. So my mom, now I'm looking for a new car right now. And well, cars are not easy to come by right now because if you want a new car, well, you have to wait for a chip to actually come so that you can get your car. Or if you want a used car, well, they're overpriced because there's not very many of them out there right now. So I have a budget and I don't because my thought is if I'm going to pay for a used car, but it's overpriced, I'm setting a spending limit because I'm saying I'm not going above this amount because I know it's overpriced. So, well, my mom says to me, it's the reason why I can't find a new car right now is because of the government. So what do you think about that, Rachel?
Well, I mean, I don't agree in that it's not directly the government's fault. Like, it's just logistical issues and like global economy issues. Like you're talking about chips, like the chips aren't manufactured in the United States, so nobody can do anything about that. So it's not like directly the government's fault. I mean,
I really like what am I gonna do? Like call up Joe Biden and be like, "Hey, Joey, like, are you hiding my used car out behind the White House somewhere?" Like, I mean, what does my mom want me to do?
Oh gosh, I know. And even if it were the government's fault, you still couldn't do anything about it.
Well, that's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. Like, I think that's what my mom really thinks, though, is that I can be like, well, you know what? Yo, Kamala, like, hey, can you get me my used Cadillac over here? Like over here down the street within 2 hours? You know, like, no. Like, I can't get Vice President Harris or President Biden to get me a used car. My mom has lost it.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get you because, like, well, luckily I'm at a point with my car where I don't need to replace it, but I've definitely been really careful. Like, I try not to accumulate too many miles and try to make it last as long as possible because I don't want to be in your position and like having to buy a car like in this market. I feel like the other option people have is going electric so they feel like they're getting their money back on not paying for gas.
So I will never get an electric car. Now, I take that back. I will never willingly pay for an electric car.
Yeah.
So like if somebody were to give it to me, I would say, well, all right, like fork it over.
Sure.
I'm not going to pay for it. So all I can say is I saw a Tesla parked out in front of the grocery store the other day, and it's the most butt ugly car I've seen in my life.
Yeah, they're pretty ugly.
So I don't know what the obsession is. I thought I was looking like an alligator or something. It was so flat and boring. It kind of blended in with the asphalt, you know?
Yeah.
Like it was awful looking. So
they're not cool looking cars. Yeah.
No, I'm never buying a Tesla.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't buy a Tesla just because I don't want to support the empire of Elon Musk. Yeah.
So speaking of that, I actually do have some good news to spread. So I'm doing this on behalf of a company that I that the company that actually printed these stickers here.
Oh, nice.
So the company is called Sticker Mule.
Cool.
Have you heard of them, Rachel?
I have heard of them. I know they make pretty good quality stickers.
So did you know that they have a new social network platform of their own? Okay, so I'm showing it to everyone because here it is. Now, on this platform, you can actually win money.
Oh, neat.
So like what you do is actually, like what happens is they verify you before you can even get an account. So you have to upload a picture of your driver's license, and then they do a facial scan to make sure that matches your driver's license. But then after that, then you can go to the website, and they don't have an app yet, but you can go to the website, and then every day there are like that you can win money. You have a chance to win money. Now, their plan eventually is to have companies actually, pay people to actually promote their ads in their social feed on their stimulus website.
Oh, cool.
So like the whole point is for the companies to actually give the money back to the customers rather than like the company actually making all the profits.
Yeah.
So I really like this idea. So I will say that I already have 10 followers. I don't know what that means, but I just signed up this week, so I have no idea what this means, and I don't even know I don't even know how to get to my profile. But all I can say is that all of these people are following me on Stimulus. So thank you, Dave. Thank you, Hanko. Thank you to Funkolicious. Thank you to Abigail McMahon for following me on Stimulus.
Thanks.
So there you go, everyone. I promoted Stimulus. And
I have to go in there.
Yeah. I mean, who would not want a chance to maybe win $2,500?
Yeah, and I want to make some stickers.
Oh, yes. And I will say that they give you Sticker Mule specials in the news feed here. So, you know what? 29 custom pins. Sorry, is that 29 of the dollar sign is right there. I couldn't tell if that was like 29 for $50 or $29 for $50 because the stupid thing is covering up the dollar sign. This is why I don't like Pinterest.
Oh, dude, I hate Pinterest.
Like, look at this. Like, I don't know what, like, why do I have a board called animals? I'm just going to save it to that one. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? So anyway, I would recommend going on there, Rachel, because you could win up to $2,500.
I'm into it.
So, well, that's the end of the show.
Oh no, we don't have a joke because I wasn't prepared. I don't have a joke.
I have one. I do have one. So where is it? I don't know where my joke book went to.
I know.
So I have a joke. So today is what is it? It's National Camping Week.
Yeah.
So you like camping, right, Rachel?
I do like camping.
So I have a camping joke for you.
Okay.
So now I will say though that I actually don't like camping that much because I had some bad experiences growing up, but that's okay. So then when's the only time and place? Oh, that's actually that's not even a joke. I don't even know. I don't actually know why these are even on here. All right, so this is somewhat a camping joke because when you're camping, you're in the outdoors with the trees. So why do trees have so many friends?
Why do you, yeah, tell me why.
Because they branch out.
Oh my god. Good advice.
I think that's actually pretty good.
It's good. It's good because it's a big
I feel like Nick that one would go over his head.
It would. Yeah, it would.
Yeah. But you know what? Thank you for being on the show, Rachel, and what a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.
See you next week, everyone.
See you next week.
And you know what? This is the National
Thank you for watching Funny as part of my name.
Oh, there's an update.
About our podcast, please visit
I
our
really need a
website
milkshake
www.funnypodcastdetroit.com. We'll see you back here next week at 10 p.m. for an all
You need
new
to have lactate crushed up into your
Oh yeah,
body.
that drink I actually
One
want.
Forest one.
I actually
Things
need
sound
one
funnier than
with
Nick.
the alcohol mixed into the milkshake. Oh my.
Ooh, those are good. Yeah.